I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Hey, what's good, everybody? What's good, Coach?
What's good?
Hey, man, I'm gonna check. I got your message. I'm gonna check on something real quick. Okay, just give me a second.
I've exhausted all options. That's definitely what it is at this point. Morning, everybody. As our boy Uncle Freezy says, party people in the place to be. I'm your number 2 Chief Rocker, Coach Malpeak. I want to just say salute everybody on this fine Wednesday morning. As some of y'all know or don't know, I'm down here in so-called sunny Florida. Not so sunny. We have an impending hurricane coming, but my heart and soul is still with the orange and blue, baby. Until they pull the plug on me, my power, I'm going to bring it to y'all the best way I know how. So anyway, while Freezy's working on that little issue, I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Salute to everybody. What's good? Salute. Let's do a little roll call as people pop in. Salute Mega NYK, John Bryce, Big Oso in the building. Just Knicks, salute. Wayne Peterson, salute. Let's see who else we got in the house. Yeah, that's about it so far. We're gonna have people rolling in. I'm proud of Uncle Freezy bright and early this morning. He must be excited about what's coming up. And we know what's coming up tonight. We got Game 2 of the preseason. Many questions to be answered. We'll see what players can piggyback on what they've done in the first game. See if that starting lineup can tweak and figure each other out a little better. We'll see if Deuce is the real deal on the bench and some more other guys that are shooting. I'm sure we're going to touch on that, talking about all that this morning. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Salute DSJ.
Yeah, man. Salute DSJ in the building. I see you, Pete. Yeah, man. Big Oso in the building. Bryce is in the building. What's good, man? Yeah, man. So, Coach, you were right. I went in there and I saw it, and I can't believe it. Yo, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything in the morning joint, but in the night joint, I'm gonna make sure that I tell all the mods, bro. Just because you don't agree with somebody, don't mean you got the power to zap people, right?
Yeah, especially when that person is, I'm not saying I'm special or anything, but I am like one of the panelists.
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't be doing that. But it's straight, man.
Yeah, man.
That means
if that's what if we using our powers for the power of evil, then I can't have anybody have the wrench, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I have strong opinions. I keep it a buck, and I ain't afraid to call that out and call people out, call myself out. I call my mama out. I call everybody out. I don't care who it is. That's just the way I am. So, but like you said, man, it's this is the platform for us.
Yeah, man. We got to be respectful.
Yeah, we all have a voice. We're all grown men, and the lovely ladies we have in the building. We have queens out there too. But we all have opinions, and sometimes you can agree to disagree. It's like politics and religion and all that stuff. But in the end, we all have a common love, and that's the New York Knicks. So it's the common ground we need to work towards, regardless of how we get there. So hey, no hard feelings, man. That's pushing the dial for people, and sometimes, not to compare ourselves to Howard Stern, but Howard Stern, he was the man, the myth, the legend, the radio for a long time in the New York area. And when they did polls on who listened to him, the people that loved him listened to him for about an hour, and the people that hated him listened to him for 4 hours. So it's like that. Any news is good news kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
right,
tuning in, we love you either way. Whether you like me, hate me, love Freezy, hate Freezy. First, I have no hate in my heart. I just have love for the game, love for this team, and for y'all brothers out there and sisters that share that same passion that we do. That's my soapbox. Hump day.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All right.
man.
Hump day.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was treating Coach like the villain, but here's the cowboy. Hello.
Hey.
Good morning, guys. I'm in transit. Sorry about that. Good morning. Good morning.
It's all right.
To the chat.
You getting some of that Colombian coffee?
Nah, I gotta get some stuff taken care of for work, man. I'm trying to get back on my feet. Sometimes you enjoy life, but then life hits you, and you got to get back at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm loving it, man. I can't wait for tonight. I wish Huckaporty was playing, man. Isn't Sar on the Wizards? Where did Sar go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see that matchup again, Sar versus Huckaporty, so people could see how good Huckaporty's defense is. But you can't always get what you want. But how y'all guys doing this morning?
Good, man.
We'll see if Sims can handle Sar first.
Yeah,
man.
And you know what? I was thinking about what we were talking about last night about Mitchell Robinson. I think you guys are right. Even for me, I have a way of sticking to people and not letting it go. Y'all guys are right. Just rip the Band-Aid off. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get through the scars to feel better. And I think this team is going to be really, really good, especially with Kolek. I think Kolek is going to help us move in a different direction to where our second team is more fluent, and we're going to be something. I don't think a lot of the guys that we have is going to be here, but I like what we're doing. We're going in the right direction. Like, for example, I don't think Payne is going to be here. I don't think a couple of guys may not be here, but it's okay because, to be honest, the way that they're playing, it's not about the players. It's about the overall result of the team.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
All right. So real quick, salute to everybody going about their day, man. Salute to everybody in the factory with the earbuds in. Salute to all our truck drivers on the open road. listening to us through their speakers. Salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in Cubicle World getting ready for the day. Salute to all my customer service people getting ready to serve the public, man, and give the public what they need. Salute to all my salespeople, face-to-face, virtual, telephonic, however you go about moving products and stuff. Salute to all of y'all, man. All my people in Florida, y'all be safe. You know what I'm saying? Mother Nature is something, man. Be safe, y'all. Yeah, man. So, Cowboy Bob, what's your beverage of choice this morning?
I gotta have some orange juice, man. It's just like the coffee.
I saw you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And
The
then-
truck was going by. But yeah, I gotta have some orange juice.
Okay.
What about you guys? Y'all guys got coffee?
I need some coffee, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need something to get the juices flowing. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, man. The alarm clock went off this morning. So for those that's keeping check of the alarm tone, it's Let It Whip by the Daz Band.
Whip it, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So let it whip it, baby. That's the alarm.
Now
right?
whip it right.
Yeah.
Whip it, baby. Work it all night. That's my man. You gonna make me start rocking to some old school before I start going. Yeah.
I told you, me and Coach is brothers. I told y'all ain't never see me and Coach in the same place at the same time, man. Yeah, man. So Coach, what's your alarm? What's your alarm tone? What got you going this morning?
Well, I got that old school. It sounds like a nuclear power plant. It's about to explode.
Oh yeah.
Whack, 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 whack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I have a song, I'm just gonna still just stay in.
Yeah. I always felt like it sounded like an angry duck yelling at you. Yeah, yo, fat ass up, bed. You know what I'm saying?
I used to, as a joke.
I mean, I'm talking about for me. Everybody's relaxed.
My ex-wife, she used to say my name, Rob. So I recorded her saying that. Yeah. And I put it on my alarm, and it repeats and went Rob, 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 Rob.
Oh my God, it make you get up out the bed, right?
That woke me up real quick. Yeah. But see, now we remember the day when we used to have this thing called like an alarm clock, an actual alarm. You know, we all had them, that old school little rectangle with them bright ass red or blue digital numbers, and you set it, and if you put that switch on PM on accident or something, man, oh man.
Yeah, man.
Rotary clock that you have to use to roll with the knob, and it'd be like click, click.
Yeah,
I love those.
I remember that one too.
Click.
I mean,
that one is the one that woke me up, because when I hear that click, it's like, oh damn, my alarm's about to go on.
Yeah.
I've even had the old school one with the bells on top of the clock.
Yeah. Just that. Yeah, that would be annoying. Yo, as I dozed off last night, man, I was thinking, yo, why do we talk about Mitchell Robinson so much? Right? Yeah, I don't know why we talk about Mitch so much. I really want to talk about our wing players, but maybe that's me. You know,
players actually play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that too. That
should be doing that.
But
I think it's because he's the last kind of like remnants of the old guard. He's like that last like unfinished edge we need to cut or fix. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And it doesn't mean, I just want to know if we're going to keep him, we keep him and move on. If we're going to get rid of him, we'll stop dancing around. Let's move on. Get rid of, that's where I'm at. Because I want to, for that reason, the rest of the team, we got business to do with or without him. So whatever that business is, if the front office plans to keep him, then let's move on and forget about it. But
I agree. And he's the last of them. Like, we drafted him. Like, we put so much time into him. And the same thing with RJ. And, you could even say Randall. Like, we have nobody left to actually look back and say, hey, this is a good part to add to the new team. But in all retrospect, you got to clean the whole house and even move before you can get a better perspective on life. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I agree with you, Coach. It's like, this ain't double dutch. Jumping back and forth. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time. But I agree, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's like our son. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, everyone. Shout out to the parents out there. Everyone's got their kids and blah blah. Some of y'all got multiple kids. You got the good kid, the bad kid, the annoying kid, the kid everybody loves. You love all your kids, but
right.
Eventually, you got that kid that's still staying around the house, and he starts taking money from mama's purse.
Yeah.
And starts hurting the home a little bit. Yeah. You have to get stepping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want bitch to stay home. I want him to take care of him. And I want him, I love him. But sometimes there's this man named, it was in a band called The Police, Mr. Sting.
Yeah.
He had a song.
Yeah.
If you love somebody, set them free.
Yep.
I think it's a remake of an old song.
Yeah, imagine that Sting doing a remake.
Yeah.
The irony.
Danny Landis in the house.
Yeah, man.
Sherwin in the house. Nick P. Andrew. Kerry Cox. Salute. But yeah, let's move on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Wingstop.
I was going to talk about Bridges. Yeah, you did bring up the point about Wings. I don't know about him yet, but I think like OG's fine. OG, because when I was watching the game, OG kind of was. So for me, it's like he still got to get his wind under him. Same thing with Hart. Like he didn't even play preseason or anything. He just started. I'm not too worried about, but I want to see how Bridges actually fit because he's actually at a point where his defense is there, but this is from what we know him as. Like, most people remember Bridges on the Suns, or they remember him when he was first with the Nets. But like last season, he kind of faded off. I want to see how and when is he going to play.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bridges, though, I hate to say third option, but I think like he's that key, like that. How could I say it with an old Nick that doesn't offend anyone? Like, like how you got, you know what I'm saying? Like OG is more like OG would be like a Charles Oakley, but he's like that Anthony Mason, that another, and it's like I need to see him be who he was, not the Suns, but more of what he was as far as durability, as far as the defense. Or because I don't know, he looks kind of like out of shape to me. What do you think, Coach?
I mean, I wouldn't say we look out of shape. It's just when at first, no matter how hard you practice, okay, as a coach, especially in today's world, we're coming off injuries. We got guys that we want to keep healthy. You can never replicate live, competitive, real basketball like against another team,
right?
No matter how much you scrimmage, all that stuff. So when you have that first game, the adrenaline's pumping, everything's moving a little faster, everyone's playing a little tougher, even in the preseason, and you get that little bit of, well, you get that vibe going on. But that's why they have preseason. Usually by the end of the preseason, the guys got their legs under them. Their lungs are back, kind of like getting acclimated to that 30-minute game, 35-minute. I mean, Precious already looks like he's a shaper.
Yeah,
played 33 minutes. Yeah, so
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you saw Precious get on the court, Precious was just like bam, bam, bam. You like, yo, who is this guy? Mr. Iron Man. I don't like.
Right now he's hungry. I mean, look, this is the same in every sport. No matter how hard some of these guys worked in the offseason, like the superstars, they're superstars for a reason. Everyone in the league's got talent. The guys that are the starters on our team that are stars, they put in the work in the offseason. They're ready physically. This stuff for them is just like, man, let's play the games. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna see Brunson and OG and Bridges and even Cat and all these guys like there's a switch that flips on. I mean, the same thing happens in football. If you ask like all the starters of football, they don't want no preseason games, man. Well, let's just play. I'm ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Right. So to me, the preseason is meant for these guys that are hungry, trying to win minutes, trying to get playing time.
Right.
Trying to make the team. So you're going to find that those guys look like they have more energy. They have something more to prove. Like the guys that are starting lineup right now, what do they got to prove? We're not going to become a cohesive playoff NBA Finals looking team in 2 or 3 games in the playoffs. So anyone that's like worried or like
2 or 3 games in preseason.
Yeah, preseason. So
you said playoffs, bro. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, playoffs are on my mind. But yeah, now if we're having the same conversation 15, 20 games into the season, then I might start having a little concern. But as far as the first game preseason, I'm not concerned too much. So yeah,
I can agree with that.
All I gotta say about that.
Can't win none of them because I see what you're saying. It's just to me, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like the guys on the bench, like Precious, they just look ready already. And maybe you're right, Coach. It's because they have something to prove and they're trying to show their worth. But after like 5 or 6 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the last time I checked, these dudes playing got nothing to prove to us. Like that ain't on their mind. They're like, oh man, I better do this so the fans are gonna be mad at me. That's the last thing on their damn mind.
Right.
They're trying to, for number one, they're doing it for themselves and their family and their teammates and their coach and the organization. So that's what they're showing out for. They ain't worried about what the hell we're thinking. I mean, do they want our love and adulation and to cheer for them? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not sitting there wondering, oh man, I was 2-7 in the first preseason game. These Knicks fans are gonna hate me now. He's soft. He's gonna call me soft. Hell out of here.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not that. It's just for me. I'm sorry. I never was an NBA player, but anytime I did do sports or anything, I was always prepared as if it was a game 7. So for me, I guess it's my anxiety to hurry up and let the season start. Like I'm so quick to be like, guys, we got this. You know what I'm saying? I got too much.
Yeah. So I don't know what you wanted to touch on first or next, Freezy. Is this something that we think is going to unfold throughout the preseason? The whole might it be a matchup situation with each team? This 5th starter situation. You think preseason is going to iron that out, or is it going to be a game by game rotation player?
I hate to say that I'm thinking too deeply into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the first part of your point. It's preseason, bro. Everybody's got talent. The cream will rise to the top.
Right.
So that's why I'm with it, right? I'm at the point where I feel as if I legit feel as if as Knicks fans we felt a certain way for so long that we feel like the modus operandi is the same, and it's not. I think every season has to be treated as its own entity,
Yes.
right? Like this team is so stacked with talent now. Like you can't treat this team like you treated the RJ Barrett team.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I can't stand when people talk about streets, just to piggyback on that. Like, we haven't won a game in so-and-so since 1998. You know, so it's a totally different team now. It don't matter.
It's a totally different. Yeah, it's a totally different team. And not only is the team different, the situation is different. Right? The situation is different. We're not a team that if everything goes right, we can possibly make some noise in the playoffs. This team right now, who hadn't played a minute in the playoffs, is already making noise for next summer's or next spring's playoffs because people expect us to be there and do something. Now, that is the floor. The ceiling is the NBA championship. Right?
Yeah.
So you know, it's one of them things, man, where you know you have to look at everything for what it is. This team is good. Your main objective is get this team to the playoffs healthy and with chemistry. And it doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed or the 7 seed, anywhere in between. You feel like this team can play their way to a championship, regardless where they enter the playoffs. So the goal is not to try to get players to improve in areas that are unproven. The goal is to take these proven players, get them to the playoffs healthy, and let that team compete against other high-level teams in high-leverage games and let the best man win. That's where I am on it.
Yeah.
I like that. You use the Jeopardy word, motor operandi. I don't even know if I said that correctly. But yeah, I agree with you. Now listening to your point, I think that's what it is. I'm just, as a fan, I'm still younger than you guys as far as for me. It's like, I'm ready, let's go, you know, that young ambition.
Because Cowboy Bob, think about it. If Karl-Anthony Towns misses a defensive assignment in practice, am I going to punish him by making him run laps? No. Nah, man. I'm gonna be like, hey, Cat, you missed that rotation right there. Cat gonna be like, oh yeah, coach. Yeah, I was thinking one thing and it wound up being something else. Get on the same page and then get back to other stuff. Right? With the young players ain't worried about that. The young players probably operating on 45 minutes of sleep because they played games all night. They probably was on first person shooters all night and like, oh snap, I got to be ready for practice. And then they get to the facility 2 hours early instead of 4 hours early. Like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be here like 4 hours ago and you just walked in the door and you got Bojangles in your hand, rookie. You know what I'm saying? You in here drinking. You got you a Bowberry biscuit and an iced tea, trying to eat that before. Get out of it. The veterans don't do that, bro. The veterans are veterans for a reason. They already been through that stage, right? They're ready to roll. Cat probably has his own chef and dietitian, right? Cat is these dudes, bro. Mikal Bridges, they have their own personal skills trainers and all of that stuff, bro. They're not gonna operate the same as that was the 10-minute warning, everybody. The 10-minute warning, I like the way you move by Outkast. If anybody remembers that song.
It's a commercial now. It's on a commercial. Like
Yeah.
a kid commercial.
Happened everlasting.
I know you know about them made always.
I like the way you move.
Sherwin says, when Cat missed defensive assignments, they bench him in a play. Sherwin is ultra petty.
He ain't there no more. He with
ultra
us.
He did not
petty.
like. He's got a thing every season. He's got to complain about.
Yeah, it's that's ultra petty. Like I noticed Sherwin will talk about when they take Cat out of the game for such and such, but he won't mention when they lean on Cat to carry their offense in a game 7 against the world champs. Sherwin won't say a thing. Sherwin, why don't you mention how Karl-Anthony Towns saved Anthony Edwards in game 7 against Denver? I noticed you hadn't been talking about that. Good morning.
He said he did good defensively against
Jokic.
Against Jokic because he's the slowest center in the NBA.
Yeah,
that was the excuse yesterday. When I see everything. I remember it all.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I got receipts. They're all up in here all the time.
Yeah. And so the thing overall is this: when you start talking about, think about what you're saying in essence. In essence, you're saying, and think about it. Think about it. The Mavs, the Timberwolves play the Dallas Mavericks, right? And just think about what we're saying. The Timberwolves play the Dallas Mavericks, and the Mavericks have Jaden McDaniels and Cat at power forward in a rotation, and they have Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert at the 5 in a rotation, right? And when Dallas has Derrick Jones Jr. at power forward, you're expecting Karl-Anthony Towns to guard Derrick Jones Jr., right? And so when it doesn't work, you blame Cat. And then when they take Cat out of the game and put Jaden McDaniels at the 4 to guard Derrick Jones Jr., we're saying that they benched Cat. Basketball minds don't think that way, bro. Basketball minds know when you get to the pinnacle in the playoffs, it's not even about, I gotta save Cat ego. I gotta let Cat try to defend Derrick Jones Jr. It's about winning. They don't care. Mm-hmm. Who cares about Cat's ego guarding Derrick Jones Jr. or PJ Washington? We got to chill, bro. We got to chill.
The thing is, all because
we out here worried about Cat not being able to guard PJ Washington and Derrick Jones Jr. And mind you, when Cat was guarding PJ Washington was breaking it up. He was building a castle from 3.
And all because another organization mismanages their roster and their coach mismanages his personnel. It ain't the player's fault because Cat, if anything, Cat should just move the center there and Gobert's let him sit down because he was a liability on offense, maybe.
Right.
Like, there's different things like you have to do in certain game time situations.
Because if that's the logic, if we're saying that we are worried about Karl-Anthony Towns' defense, I better not hear nothing when the opposing point, when we play Tyrese Maxey and Jalen Brunson is nowhere in sight. I better not hear a peep out of y'all. I'm not worried about Jalen Brunson's offense. I never hear that. Like, legit, we talking about Karl-Anthony Towns' offense. I'm good with his offense. I'm good with it. I just don't like his defense. But we say Jalen Brunson, would you say Jalen Brunson name and just give him a pass? Legit, we got to put
the same thing about Randall's defense
on point guards. Bro, y'all better not. I'm questioning all of y'all. I'm questioning all of y'all, bro. I'm questioning y'all basketball IQ off rip in public too. Because Jalen Brunson, legit. I'm gonna remind y'all.
Brunson tries though,
but I'm gonna remind everybody about Game 3 against Indiana. The dude that hit the go ahead 3 against Indiana, that was Jalen Brunson's man, and Jalen Brunson left him alone, and then tried to recover and barely put a hand up, and that man hit the three in Jalen Brunson's face. They go on to win that game. If he misses that shot, we go up 3-0 against Indiana with Tyrese Halliburton hurt. And we out here talking about Karl-Anthony Towns. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro.
It's good for the gander.
Yeah. These fake shots, bro, is crazy. Y'all better not say Sherwin, I'm watching you too, bro. You better not say bro, when the first time a point guard go off for 20, I'm calling out Sherwin. Right? Where was Jalen Brunson? Yeah, I'm calling y'all out because we do these fake narratives like Cat is soft, Cat's defense.
He's not trying.
Jalen Brunson is supposed to be our point of attack defender. And the first time a point guard scores 20, don't let them score 25. If they score 30 on us, I'm roasting people in the chat and Jalen Brunson. Because we out here talking about Cat's defense and Cat is soft. Right? And then we give Jalen Brunson a pass. It's not even about being fair. It's not even about real basketball talk. It's about biases. If you don't like Cat, say you don't like Cat. I can respect you more for that. But to bring up these things like, oh, but Cat's closer to the rim in a 3-point shooting era, really? That's what we talking about. Rim protection in an era where everybody want to shoot threes.
Yeah.
What are we out here talking about? If it's a Mitchell Robinson bias, just say it's a Mitch. Just say, man, I prefer Mitch at center.
I want to know what the definition of a main defender is.
Nah, not in this era. Not in this era. The main defenders are wing players. We know that.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know that. And we know that. It's the reason why Jokic. It's the reason why Jokic and Joel Embiid can win MVP because they don't have to play defense at that level. Joel Embiid is a recovery defender, right? Bring the ball in the paint and he'll leave his man to go block somebody else's shot, right? But Joel Embiid is not stopping another offensive center. That's crazy. Yeah. When's the last time you seen Joel Embiid on the island in his stance guarding another big? Joel Embiid ain't doing that, bro. Jokic ain't doing that, and he a 3-time MVP.
And only in this era could OG Anunoby get away with defending the best centers in the league, apparently. You put OG Anunoby on Akeem, Shaq, Ewing, Rick Smits, any of the centers back in the day, he would have got back down and dunked on every other trip down the court.
Yeah, man.
But Coach,
you know
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that. Games as far as defense is not existent. The only one that's really good with the post is Rudy Gobert. Like you can't back down Rudy Gobert in the post. He's going to be crazy.
Is Rudy Gobert MVP candidate?
MVP? He's a defensive player of the year. You have MVP candidate.
Yeah, but that's a whole other stratosphere.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying as far as the post, and I'm saying I'm because his specialty is that post game that we all know, and even that is dying out.
The best defensive player in the league can't be at all. It can't be. He's got a lack in offense. You can't. We've already had this discussion. The best offensive player can't count on him to be your best defensive player too, and vice versa.
And Coach, when's the last time you saw? Think about this. When's the last time you saw a double-digit rebounder shoot 40% from three and average 20 points a game? How rare is that?
I don't know. We have to stat use that one. So I'm sure there's a handful.
It's super rare. It's super rare for you to see a guy shooting 40% from three be a double-digit rebounder and average 20 points a game on less than 15 shots.
Yeah, that's some impressive numbers.
Yeah, basically, Karl-Anthony Towns, everybody, Karl-Anthony Towns has come here to take the Dante DiVincenzo shots, 14 shots a game, right? And turn it into 22 points a game, double-digit rebounds, and shoot a higher clip from three than Dante. That's what we're getting offensively. right? That's what we now defensively. What we're getting is elite wing defenders, and Karl-Anthony Towns being one of the best defensive rebounders in the game. Because I know a lot of people still talk about Mitch offensive rebounding, right? And that's great. That's fantastic, right? But on the flip side of that, how you end possessions in the NBA is getting the ball back. And Karl-Anthony Towns is one of the best defensive rebounding people, not center, not power forward, not small forward. He's one of the best defensive rebounders in the league, period. So OG,
and that's part of defense.
Bridges, Joshua, all of them, they stop the team defensively, can't get the rebound, and guess what we can do then? We can go down and let our non-defense playing point guard do his thing. I love Jalen Brunson. Do I know Jalen Brunson is flawed? Absolutely. Right? But for some reason, we look at Karl-Anthony Towns and his perceived flaw, and we can't live with it. But you watch Tyrese Maxey roast Jalen Brunson for 6 games and say nothing. You watch Halliburton roast Jalen Brunson to the point where they took Jalen Brunson couldn't even guard Maxey. He didn't even guard TJ McConnell. Jalen Brunson was somewhere off coverage, playing zone, looking to take a charge. And we won't even say
now that's Bridges assigned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Poking at the new guy, that's what it is. You get to pick on the new guy.
It's the same people. It's the same group of people. If we can go back, I don't want to go back. I like to rehash old crap. Now it's been over 2 years. But I can guarantee you the same group of people that complain about Cat now were the same people are complaining about why we get Brunson. He's too small. He this, he that. He ain't the answer. He ain't gonna be an all-star here. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the same people, man. Just
hit him up said Maxey never roasted. Okay. Wait. So here's my point. Here's my point with that. Here's my point. Tyrese Maxey is a point guard, right? Yes. Tyrese Maxey is a point guard. Did Jalen Brunson guard Tyrese Maxey? No, he didn't. That's the point. Hit him up. That's the point that I'm getting at, right? But with Karl-Anthony Towns, what we're saying is if buckets are scored at the rim and Cat is on the floor, is Cat's fault. That's what the point that I'm getting at. That's my point. My point is whatever applies to one in a conversation should apply to all in a conversation. You can't say, because it sounds irresponsible and reckless. I have to question people's basketball IQ when you say a scoring machine doesn't play defense, right? And then the other scoring machine you have doesn't play defense, and we're like, oh, that's okay because he's a scoring machine, right? It's like with Melo. When we had Carmelo Anthony, y'all know Melo wasn't going to play defense until he was motivated. Y'all know that. Y'all watch Randall do it. Y'all complain about Randall. Like Randall only plays defense when he wants to. He saw that assignment and he didn't do blah, blah, blah. Of course, because it's hard being a scorer in the league and being a rebounder.
Yeah, you can't do it. Like I'm sorry. Yes, Michael Jordan was a good defensive player. I'm not knocking the supposed GOAT, whatever. But when he won, it was like they were all caught up in the mystique of the whole thing. With it, it's like, oh, let's just give Michael Jordan Defensive Player of the Year too. He wasn't even the best defensive player on his team.
Right.
He wasn't guarding the best dude on the other team. Scottie Pippen was.
Right.
And then when Dennis Rodman got there, Dennis Rodman was too.
Right.
And Mike wasn't. So Mike can cook and be the GOAT on offense. You know, look at Patrick Ewing. All them points he scored, and he was the rim protector. But he was getting blocks like crazy. But then, the Knicks, they weren't winning though with him doing that. They couldn't get over the hump.
Right.
Then, like, you bring in Anthony Mason.
That was an era where 70% of your shots were like 12 feet and in. If Pat Ewing, Olajuwon, Shaq played today, teams would pick and roll them to death.
Yeah.
They would pick and roll them dudes to those David Robinson type dude, man, they would get pick and roll to death in today's game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a 7-footer out there getting pick and roll to death, the offense is the counterbalance to the golden era of centers. Right? There was a golden era of centers where you could just get the ball, throw it down to them in the post, and they could just work you to death from about 6 feet and in. Right? Mm-hmm. But instead of doing that, now what they're saying is, oh, that's what you want to do? We're going to make you work offensively and defensively. We're going to pull you out to 25 feet, right, and make you make decisions all over the court. Mm-hmm. It's the reason why towards the end of Shaquille O'Neal's career, he played for like 5 teams because that was the start of the pick and roll era. That's why Shaq and pick and roll coverage is laughable, right? 33-year-old Shaq and pick and roll coverage, we was laughing so hard. Right, it's hard picking up and putting down them size 24 shoes when you got 4 decisions to make in a split second.
And why do you think they have this term now in the NBA, 3-and-D guys? Okay, because they got to put all their energy into defense, and then on offense, all they got to do is stand on the perimeter and wait to pop some threes. They're not counting on for nothing else on offense.
Hey, I got like 2 minutes before I got to go over here to this phone and everything, man. Thank y'all, everybody. I'm sorry about talking about like that, but my thing is, hey, we have guys in this orange and blue, and I think we should support them and appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the conversations that I want to have. If we have, listen, if what you're saying is legitimate, right? If what we're saying is legitimate, then shouldn't we apply that legitimate argument to everybody?
Yeah, it's called creating a standard.
Yeah, like for instance, the other day we were talking about Mitchell Robinson staying hurt. We traded for OG Anunoby. He missed most of the season. Nobody's even talking about OG Anunoby missing that money. I mean missing that time. All we talk about is OG Anunoby got the bag. It's a hypocritical argument. Mitch is always hurt. He gets paid such and such amount of money. OG Anunoby was hurt and he got paid such and such amount of money, and we don't even mention OG. It's hypocritical, right? It's a hypocritical thing. Is all I'm saying is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. There should be a standard in the conversations that we have. Copy, I know you wanted to jump in and say something, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say I kind of got to go too, but at the same time, I'm just saying if you look at how the league is now, most of those guys that you mentioned, they're not like that. People can't play that way. And if you want to really talk about it, the three-point shot itself has evolved. Like so many different things, the way we attack the rim, the way we do things. So that does multiple things. That's a Swiss Army knife. Like Cat alone is a Swiss Army knife. And we should just be like, yo, this is a good thing as opposed to down, because what's the point in tearing down a player on a team that you root for? It makes no sense. Don't get me wrong, you can point out the flaws, but body's perfect, but at the same time, you're nitpicking about things. I don't like that. I think Cat is going to just come out and show everybody how strong he is. He's not soft.
Yeah, well, in the end, it comes down to this. This is a team game for a reason, okay? Not everyone on the team is going to be A+ defense and A+ offense. In a perfect world, hell yeah, that'd be nice. But the team has never existed, ever, in the history of teams, okay? Some guys are really good at defense. Some guys are really good at offense. We're not going to count on OG Anunoby to bring the ball up for us all the time and create the offense for the rest of the team, because that's not his specialty. Okay, but he's going to lock down their best guy on the other team, and God bless him for it. We're actually fortunate that our two supposed best of wing defenders in the league, they're actually above average, and Mikal Bridges is well above. He's elite offensively.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
we have
that's
two.
hey, I gotta run, man. I'm a
All right, boys.
that, man. Yeah, everybody, thank y'all for
Have a
coming
good
through,
morning.
man. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be less.
Watch along tonight.
Yeah,
Maybe.
man. Oh, the watch along tonight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we'll do
we
the
are
that.
doing a watch along?
Yeah. We'll do the watch along tonight. Everybody, thank y'all for coming through. I'm gonna get on these phones. Peace, everybody.